Welcome to another episode of Conscious Reconstruction. I'm the host with the most. Charles is upset. Ashley is here back from a wonderful vacay. She spent her birthday selling drugs and doing trap shit.
Hell yeah, I had to keep the AK on me. You know how it go.
Yeah, and Charles
you had
is
to keep an Aaron Keith on you.
Yeah,
Whoa.
like just like Bodie, I had to get away from the cops and throw the drugs over the bridge and then hide in the grass. Thank God they didn't cut it.
Yeah, you know.
You know how it is.
No.
He don't act like he El Guapo. They call him El Guapo on these streets, don't they?
They do.
I'm out here. No, I don't spend any time in the streets. I
El
don't know what they
Guapo
call
3000.
anybody. Streets. The streets don't love nobody.
And he be having the Louis Vuitton bag filled.
That would inspire. I would ever buy a Louis Vuitton bag.
I seen it.
Like there are very few musical aspirations, very few bands that I aspire to be like in terms of music wise or personality wise. But I'm definitely going to be one of those motherfuckers like Ed Sheeran or Kurt Cobain. It's just like, is he really rich? I can't tell. Ed Sheeran walks to some places just like.
Yeah, no, Ed Sheeran don't look like he got a lick of fucking money. He look like he's happy on like
It's just
$60K
like-
a year, don't he?
It's just like, Ed Sheeran, why you look like that? Like, what do you mean? You wear flip flops everywhere. It's just like,
You know who's like that too? Adam Sandler.
yeah.
You would never know this nigga got millions where he be
Why
driving.
would I spend my money on that?
Must be some weirdo.
Like, these clothes were good enough before I was rich. Why aren't they good enough now?
Yeah, I can see you doing that, Charles.
It's just like,
I can see you doing that one.
y'all gonna be out here styled out. You gonna have your floofy dog. Tony gonna be sitting there. It's just like, this shirt is worth $30,000.
I already know, yeah, I'm gonna be like that. Like, it's gonna be a crisp white shirt that's worth $500 or some weird shit. Like, you got to really try to figure out how much money I have. Like, it's certain things alpha, but like,
You're not going to know how much money I have. I'm going to wear really nice clothing, but it's just going to be just like random brands and just like random shit that you're like, it looks really regular. Mm-hmm.
Like the shirts that Pusha T wears, like those plain white T-shirts. It's just like those couldn't be worth that much money, right? Nah, these are like these are premium grade cotton. What do you mean? Yeah, these white tees are like $70 to $80 a piece.
Nah, I think he might wear like Louis Vuitton white tees.
It's just like, why?
Why not?
It's just like,
no, I won't
you out here look
things.
like no.
Because it feels good.
Well, no, I understand, but
Like,
I'm just
the
looking at
level
him.
of
It's just
texture
like,
it's just different though.
Yeah, no, I went
Like, when
inside
you
Saks the other
feel
day.
some like quality clothing, like you feel the difference.
I'm not saying I'll justify 1K prices, but
I know
I
their
also
prices
can feel.
are ridiculous.
Yeah, I can feel
but
the
you
difference.
Feel the difference.
but no, it's just more so that no matter what, if you look at Pusha T, 9 times out of 10, he does not look like anybody. He looks like average street dude.
Yeah. Now, some things I just won't wear because I'm not a big label. Like, I don't want labels all over the place. That should look, and it will always look tacky to me. I haven't changed my mind.
So what?
Like, I'm not a label whore.
Does not.
No, if it's Louis Vuitton and it look real subtle, and if it's not flashy, maybe. But I don't like the material that they make their shit out of. Chanel prices have skyrocketed out of fucking the wazoo. So it's other places. Like, I'm not just looking for those designer brands. I would hope to either find just like really quality clothing or a brand I really like. I might fuck with Alexander McQueen and spend whatever because I like their stuff. But it's kind of rare. There's some things I like and some things I don't. I don't want GGs all over me. But I'll have a Gucci wallet. Like, I'll do that part. But my bag could be something different.
Oh, and
I
it's
would like
also,
to have a nice balance is what I'm saying.
I think it's also kind of interesting because it's just like, I don't know. I don't ever really want the attention, but it's just like,
Yeah, because it's like a fine line. Don't get me wrong. If I work that hard, especially now that I work for myself, and I'm assuming that even if you didn't inherit it, you worked hard to get whatever you got to get to that status. So I'm definitely going to try to flaunt it a little bit. And there's certain items I just really like. But there's also some things I just would like to keep to myself.
I'm gonna be careful because if I ever get popular enough and people know who I am, the things that I wear are gonna get wildly out of price. Excuse me, sir, did you know that random T-shirt that you're wearing is now cost $350? Like, God damn it, I bought this thing for like $35. Why did y'all do that? For what?
No, I'm aiming for a nice balance. Like, some things look good, other things just look gross to me and tacky, and I probably wouldn't wear it. But I want a nice balance.
You want to be classy.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be rocking Chanel earrings. That's gross. I think those look weird. But I wouldn't mind a pair of diamond earrings. Or like this year, my goal is to not buy no more costume jewelry. Is to find like real gold earrings. I mean, I can find that. That's not hard.
Y'all gonna know I got money.
Never in a day.
Like
The other people around me are going to be more signifier of how much money that I have as opposed to that.
Like y'all probably see like maybe some higher end shoes because I like shoes. Y'all know how I am. A lot of Japanese denim because it's the best quality. So I would do a lot of just like subtle stuff like that. And then I just buy lots of watches. Like my goal is to buy a Rolex. Like that's the next watch I'm gonna buy. I'm not buying any watches until I buy a Rolex.
Oh, I'll probably buy some. I wouldn't be willing to spend money on watches. What else would I actually spend money on? I'll buy a decent car.
I was thinking about the data 2025 Toyota Camry.
No, I would.
What you about to get?
If I'm gonna spend money on a car, I would buy something like a 785 Li BMW.
Oh, okay.
I want a fucking Jeep.
Okay.
I want 3 cars, honestly. I want a Nissan. Well, I want the new Nissan Z that they're coming out with. I want a Jeep that I can have fun with and like just take the doors off and that'd just be like a fun car. And then I want like a small black pickup truck as my daily driver.
Yeah, I thought about this. I already got the family car. That's going to be an Audi Q8. And then I'm going to have a Dodge Challenger for myself. I still have not lost my love for that car. Ever. And driving in one was an experience.
I'm disappointed that they're getting rid of the Hellcat engines.
Oh, really? Damn.
Just
I ain't really want that
if
much
you got
power.
the money for it, just go back and buy an older Challenger. Get one of those.
I want a Trackhawk.
Mm.
It's a Jeep with a Hellcat engine.
But no, I would like. I'm a pretty simple dude.
I'm not.
Like I probably would end up with the BMW.
No, I'm a floss. I'm gonna get a gold chain too.
No, I refuse to get a gold chain. That's
It's certain
that's
things I
jewelry.
get, but not 100%.
I don't have my ears pierced. I don't really like wearing jewelry that much. Feels constraining. I don't know. Somewhat of a weakness.
I'm not gonna keep it on. I'm not gonna really wear it a lot. It's just gonna be like certain. I would buy like certain pieces to go out and do like events and not like go out and kick it in, but like, are we about to go do this event or something like that?
What else is there?
I don't want my house to be a mansion. I'm not taking care of that shit.
Yeah, regardless of what I do, I'm just going to get a simple yet well built thing.
Yeah, I don't
That
want
I
a
know
mansion.
I don't necessarily like. I am going to spend the money where I feel like spending the money within the house, but the house itself doesn't need to be particularly large to the point where I need to hire cleaners in order to keep up with it.
I'm gonna hire a cleaner regardless. I already know. I might get a fucking cleaner in the next place I'm moving to. I like cleaning, but I feel like those simple luxuries I'm entitled to right fucking meow.
Nah, just kind of. I don't know. I don't really like people in my space that much.
That's fair.
There are very few people that I feel like is just like, Helga's coming in to clean the house today, hun. I don't feel like putting pants on. Get out of here, Helga. I'll clean it all myself. I've never been against cleaning it all myself. I only got like, even if
I'ma
I
be
keep the
honest.
ancestral house.
I'm not rich now, and when I buy this house, I'm gonna hire a maid at least once a month, if not like every other week.
It's just like,
No, I need the cleaning lady
I
to come through and hold me down.
I don't ever plan on having that much surface area. Like I just plan on holding on to the houses that my family already owns. Use those to actually accrue some type of wealth because property typically pro-values inside of some way, shape, or form. As long as the neighborhood doesn't go to shit. And then...
But if you want to move to the West Coast, you wouldn't buy a house out there?
As it stands now?
So you'd rent forever. But if you decide that you loved it, you want to live there.
It depends upon where I end up moving to, because there's certain places that I would move to that I don't plan on staying in forever. Like, the only place I could actually move and probably be there forever and ever and ever is probably
I might just
Seattle.
get all the Mavericks.
Just because of temperament and feeling. I don't know. Have you ever gone somewhere and just felt like you've resonated with, this is just like, this is the place where I want to be?
Oh, so you been there before?
No.
Oh, okay.
But that's how I'm at in Seattle. Like, I walked off the thing in New York. It's just like, this is really cool, but no.
Yeah, that's how I focus on it.
It's just
that's
like,
a good place to get things accomplished and then go somewhere else. I remember watching people like, their little kids was riding through the fucking area. I'm like, this fucking city, I would never raise my children.
I mean, it has a very particular style and feeling, but it's just like, New York City is not the place I would raise my kids.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
New York City is New York. Like, I would meet someone in New York and then take them someplace else.
So you wouldn't want to live in LA or
Right.
surrounding areas in California?
LA is so fucking
well, not
huge.
even LA,
like
just
saying,
surrounding areas in California, like where
I try
saying
not to
living
like
in
where
LA
AP lives,
What?
like where AP lives.
Well, that's fine, except for the people who like the other people who live there. But it's just like, in terms of like stylistically, yeah, great. High altitude, temperate weather, walkable distance to the beach. No real bad weather near college. But like saying, am I willing to live in LA? Well, could I find somewhere inside the greater LA area that I could actually live? Probably. That's a large area.
I plan to have a house in Northern California.
Oh, you're from Northern California, so
when I go to these places, I'll figure it out. But I know it's not going to be here for too much longer.
I'm more inclined to like live in some place like Denver. It's just like, I know LA in a lot of ways is just as busy as New York, but not as busy as New York because you're not as claustrophobic.
Yeah, everything is spread out.
So it's just like,
but you can find a lot of people that are doing a lot of things.
Like, if you're out in, I don't know, Irvine, or not, is it Irvine? Is Irvine in California? There's probably a California. There
is an Irvine, California.
Yeah, I think there's close to LA. It's like, if you're out there, you live in basically a whole different world than if you live in like Orange County or so on and so forth.
Well, I mean, like, if you live in the LA-ish area and not like the surroundings, because I'm talking about being in LA, like, because that's where all the work is at.
I mean, for more than likely, if I would work in LA, I would have to be somewhat close to like the actual city, but that drive is absolutely terrible.
It's going to be worse the farther you go out. It's not like it gets better because you're coming in from farther out.
But it's still terrible.
I don't understand. Like,
and you literally just got finished
to come into this.
You literally got finished telling me not but like a week ago the police told you, don't come here. We can't protect you.
Nigga, they did.
That's my thing. I'm like, that sounds like cool for work, but the safety issue is something I'm thinking about.
We did, because me and Charles just talked about Draco the Ruler. He was stabbed in the neck and subsequently murdered at a festival out there just recently. And it's like, there's all kinds of footage and everything of it.
Yeah, no, that's my thing. Like, temporary living, like, I already mapped it out in my head. Like, temporary living, like, a year or two, I could probably do these major cities, but somewhere to really settle down, I don't know. I ain't found it. I just can't speculate. I know it's not fucking Florida. That's for goddamn sure.
Even New York isn't popping off like LA is right now.
You might like Vacaville.
In Florida?
No.
I was going to say, what the fuck is that?
It's in California. It's in Northern California. It's
maybe San Diego.
Once I visit to these places, I don't know.
San
Diego,
Diego, Southern California.
I don't know when to get there and feel around. Or
like,
it's time for me.
I don't know. I just need a particular energy or like some type of particular feel of thing.
Or even if it's not even the energy, like if something was like y'all going to Miami for work and y'all gonna be the most successful, I would do that. If whatever the circumstances led to that, I would do it. I hope to never die.
Well, not Miami. That would be ridiculous. Like, but maybe New York, but if it was or like
have to, like
if I'm gonna go to a major city, we're not gonna pick a half-ass major city. That's like Miami is like the fun version of New York, or the fun version of New York. It's like we can go to the beach, we can do all the warm things.
Yeah.
But you still don't have like all the facilities that a New York would have. So it's just like,
yeah, some just don't feel right about being down there. I don't know what the
like. I would damn near pick going to Toronto over Miami just because of the fact that I was
to say it would be like L.A., New York, Seattle, and not even really Seattle. Honestly, Seattle only really beneficial for you, so it'd have to be L.A., New York, maybe Toronto, but mostly L.A. or New York. Is where I would say going.
Those are the three largest cities that are actually available to us.
Yeah, New York was pretty friendly to me, at least in Midtown. So I'm like, I don't have no qualms about living there. I liked that fast pacedness. I kind of like the vibe there. Miami was like a fast pace that just made me just irritated. Like, get the fuck out of my way.
Why are y'all trying so hard?
And I don't even mind about trying hard about anything like that. It was just like I said. Like, New York got a reputation for being standoffish, and these Miamians was all hella standoffish. A lot of them, it was like 50-50. I'd get much, but you had to go to the suburbs to get, like, decency. Like, in Miami, oh my God. It's just a strange, but it did make me, like, hella body conscious, because, like, not saying I didn't see people my size there, and I'm not, like, the hugest person in the room, but you really start to see, like, how smart people are there. Like, they take care of themselves. And I felt bad looking at all these women. I'm like, I gotta set my game up.
Well, this is partly the nature of where people live.
Yeah.
Like, I can say actively in Cleveland, there are points in time where the weather is adversarial to you to actually try to get in shape.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was because of where I was, because I stayed like around the nicer neighborhood. So it could have been like, oh, the zip code and the people just, if you got more money, you send it more in shape. If I would have went somewhere else where I've seen like more out of shape people, I don't know.
No, you're right.
No? Okay.
Because that's how it is in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. It's, y'all lifestyle is based around very sedentary activities.
Yeah.
And so, like, y'all don't have a lot of, like,
we drive everywhere.
You drive everywhere. So there's not a lot of, like, commuter space for that. There's not a lot of, like, 5Ks or things like that. There's, like, a community base where it's like, oh, the city is behind this. We're going to shut down these streets and do this, like, multiple times throughout the year. You might get, like, one or two out here. It's more of like, oh, we're going to go to a museum and then go to a dinner or go sit down and see a play. And everything is very sedentary here. That leads to you eating and sitting and not doing a whole lot of movement. And that leads to you gaining weight.
Yeah. No, I noticed that. And I'm like, I stepping up my game. I can't do this.
Yeah,
I can't fucking do this.
Actively be like engaged with like your physical. Like that's the one thing I noticed is like, out here, women seem to like a huskier man. Like, at least that's what I've gotten in the conversation. Like, when I went to Seattle and lost all that weight and came back, women were, like, verbally upset with me. Like, had conversation with me, like, but why did you do that? I liked Husky Tony. He had big arms and he was all solid, and I was like,
"Stop objectifying me."
For real, like, I'm the same me. Yes, I am a much slimmer version of that.
I just decided to start running and stuff.
Yeah, but in Seattle, slim, more like toned, everything like that, having like the V line, that is the more like desired thing, and it's more what people are looking for. And just in like men and women, not just like, oh, if you want to get a chick, this is what you want to look like. No, women are in that same frame and everything like that. Like in college, Glow. I was gonna say a name that might have been rude. They might, fuck it. Glow is bigger, and not even bigger, but like maybe like in terms of like body sizes, like maybe your size. Maybe an inch shorter than you, but around your height as well. So, is her name? Shit, what is it? My best friend. She is like a dark skinned version of you. She might actually be a little taller than you for real. But so there were some thicker ones out there, but
yeah, it's not as prevalent.
Not at all.
No, so that made me like really look around, like, oh, I have to reevaluate. Not that I don't feel like I'm not making any progress, but it's like, oh, this is not. We're not doing this 2022.
But also, you have to. I also think if you move to that area, the likelihood of you just falling because your lifestyle will more than likely change because of the nature of where you are.
Right. So I'm not. This isn't like a bash towards my body or anything like that. It's just recognizing like it's not the best shape that it can be in. So it could be better. Like I don't hate it.
I lost weight in New York just from all the walking around, but it's not like we didn't eat there. Like I ate there probably better than I have damn near any place else. Is just like, how the hell did I lose 6 pounds? You walked 30,000 steps a day. Like you can eat a chicken pot pie and like like these weird French fry things that came with it, and just be like, oh, that's cool. And then next thing you know, well, don't matter. That bitch didn't really last until I walked from freaking damn near from Dumbo all the way back over to Uptown Manhattan. That's just gone across a whole bridge.
Well, I would just say their lifestyle is just more active. They're doing more. They're more. There's not anything to do out here besides these things.
Top golf.
Which is standing somewhere and hitting a golf ball.
No. What else you got?
It's just more
like... name me something that's really popping in out here that's active.
Trampoline park.
That's popping out here?
Really, we're in Cleveland. That's about as popping as it gets.
No, it exists out here, but you don't hear no one really talking about. Everybody talking about going to get some food, going to see a show, going to the club. Just
it's just different.
I mean, I'm not the best metric for that. It's just like, you want to go out to eat? I would rather just cook.
And like here, there's no like day parties for real.
Yeah, there definitely are day parties in New York. That was a very enjoyable thing.
Yeah, day parties are amazing. You go, it's like 12, 1 o'clock, and you're just having a good time. But that's not... So just the way that you live is different. And so I think that leads to you being more sedentary. And then people have the cop-out of, oh, well, it's cold outside, so I'm not going to go anything. Like...
That's not always a cop-out, Tony.
It is.
Not always.
No, it is.
When you out here dealing in negative temperatures?
Do you have a car?
Yeah.
Okay, if the answer is yes, I have a car, and yes, I could run out there for 30 seconds, cut it on, run back in the house, wait 10 minutes, let it be warm, hop in the car, go to the gym, go get my workout in.
Sweat,
shower, dry off.
Sweat, shower, dry off. Not everybody likes showering at the gym.
Okay, so you can sit there and dry off if you choose to, or if you want to go out in the cold, sweaty and wet, that is a personal decision. But you can choose to do things that can avoid being sick. And yes,
I'm just saying it's more time consuming.
Oh, and?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, time is the most precious thing to most people. So if it takes you, that's a damn near 2.5 hour process to go work out.
How it only takes you 10 minutes to warm your car up and however long it takes you to get there.
All right. Get dressed.
And that's if you need to warm your car up. Y'all don't be warming your car up. Y'all hop in the cars and just go.
Oh, but it's also pretty warm right now.
So do you ever warm your car up?
Yeah.
I said vroom, so I would take that as well. She has to push the auto
No,
start.
I got it. I don't like doing that unless I forget. I'll do it.
Like-
but like before, if I just walk down and just like, well, if I get moving, and they not the older cars where you gotta let them warm up, bro. Your shit'll be fucked up. You just really drive off. So that's a very
Well, the goal is to let the
thing.
oil hit the top of your engine.
Yeah,
That's the reason why you warm up your car.
but now I don't want to do that because I got a nice little luxury hitting that button.
But
that sometimes work and sometimes don't.
typically, by the time I choose a my car or whenever I choose my song or whatever. But no, when it's the winter, hell no, I don't just go. That's insane. Like when you out here and your clothes can't protect you from the freaking
When the hoodie just ain't cutting it.
This is just like I got this coat on, I got this hoodie on underneath it, I got these pants on. What happened? I'm still cold.
Mm-mm. No, it's 50-50. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
But like,
Yeah, go work out.
it's just like, all right.
What about niggas that live in Alaska where it's cold damn near all the time? Do they just be like, nah, they don't got to go work out? Or
If
do
you
they?
want it, you want it. You'll
I
do it.
mean,
Exactly, and that is my fucking point. If you want it, you want it, and you'll do it.
They don't
It
really
ain't
wanna
too
do
hard.
it.
It's whether you want it or you don't.
oh no, whether or not it's a conscientious choice as opposed to just like in
Niggas
certain
be opting
places,
out because
it's
of
just
weather.
easier. Like
I didn't say that it wasn't harder. I'm just
It's
saying
just
that
like-
it's possible. I don't care what's easier or not. Is it doable?
Like it's a
Yeah.
conscientious choice, and then you have to give up part of your time and part of your day to make sure you do said thing, and that is what you have to do in order to be like this inside of Cleveland. Whereas in Miami, you could just be like, "What you about to do?" Well, I can always just go outside for a run. Like it was way easier for me losing shape in North Carolina than it is here.
It's just a very comfortable life. Like you don't have to strive.
You have to
But too
choose discomfort
much.
out here.
Yeah,
It's
like
just like I
you
would
don't have
run to
to-
the gym, work out, run back home.
No, but see, out here you have to choose discomfort. It's so easy to get into comfort here.
very easy, and that's what I discovered about like.
So I don't like Ohio. Ohio
It
is
just
so
made me think like, oh, wait a second.
it's too easy.
It just brought me out of that comfort zone of like even the politeness thing. I'm like, well, who really got the problem, you or them? And which is why it's not like a big thing. It's just more like pointing it out, like, oh, I get it now. This was just something that I'm comfortable with, and I have to push myself out of it and don't make no gripe about it. I don't know if my politeness will ever change for real because I still hold doors open for shit. So I don't know how that would change if I
Oh,
left
the
in these-
Midwest overall is just a fairly friendly place, from what I understand.
Yeah, but you don't. I didn't really notice that until I started visiting these other places. Like, oh, this is just something that
it was-
we do. This is not a general thing, and it's not like it don't happen. People are pretty genuinely nice. I don't believe the world is an unsafe, unfriendly place. But then you start to see like everybody not on the same time that you want, and it's not about sitting and waiting for real. It's like even driving taught me like, oh, this is a nice
Oh.
metaphor. Yeah, like this is a cool little metaphor. Like you got to take these chances when you got to. And I don't know why, but my family thinks I drive fast, which I don't agree with. I don't think I drive fast or I'm a speed demon.
Even our speed limits here are polite. It's like 60 to 65 at the highest.
Yeah, no, theirs was like driving down certain highways was like 40. No, but on the freeways it's about 55 and hardly nobody was doing that. I don't get that. I'd see nobody pulled over.
Like in North Carolina,
Because the rule honestly is not what the speed limit is on the freeway
Mhm.
posted. It's you go the speed of traffic. So if all traffic is doing 80 and then you decide to go the speed limit, you know who's wrong? You, because you're going to cause a fucking accident. So you do the speed of traffic. Same thing in California.
yeah.
Yep.
That's-
Out here,
that's
they
good.
want you to do 65. And if you go faster, they're going to pull you over.
Yeah, see, I didn't see nobody pulled
I'm
over.
just that, so, no, it's
So no
completely
one pulled
different.
over.
Yeah, no, for what?
I didn't see none of that.
They're doing the
Why-
right thing.
like,
I mean, my
so,
bigger question
alright.
is, why are y'all all in such a rush?
That's just how it is.
Because we have somewhere to go.
Yeah, they got something
If
to
you
do.
got something
That's-
to do, you should plan.
I
and Make
did.
sure you get there
I did.
inside the.
I did. I
normal
planned
amount
for
of
30.
time.
I planned for 30 minutes. And what you're doing is infringing on my 30 minutes.
You're infringing on my ability to drive how I want to.
That's just
all right, and now we both infringed.
Yep, that's.
And I'm fine with that. Hey.
I'm driving within the bounds of what the way everything is posted. So it's just like, am I not willing to go 80 miles an hour? I did that inside of North Carolina, but that's what you basically had to do in order to get anywhere. Because that
I'm going to cut you off.
yeah, no, like it's
I'm
like
going
some,
to be mean to you. If you do less than the 80 on the freeway, what I'm going to do is get out of I'm not going to do this if you're not in the fast lane. If you're in my fast lane and you decide that I want to do maybe 70, no, that's not what this lane is for. This lane is the true speed of traffic. You need to move. If you're not willing to, I'm going to get out of the lane. I'm going to get in front of you. I'm going to slam on my brakes and I will stop in the middle of the fucking freeway. Hit me.
I mean, at that point, you're going to get hit probably.
Because I haven't been, and they've all understood and got out the fucking lane. Stop playing with me.
No, I've seen him do this.
I'm not playing games with you.
A lot of the time.
Get out of my fucking lane. Why are you in this lane if you're unwilling to do what this lane is? This is the fast lane for a reason. You can go to the other lanes if you want to. This is the passing lane. We are passing you niggas.
Well, no, once you pass, you were supposed to get back into the middle lane.
Unless all lanes are full and you can continue to pass. So
unless all lanes are full. But most of the time, all lanes aren't full.
Jam-packed? No, but there'd be other cars in them, so I just keep passing cars.
It's just like there's other cars in every lane. If you look at it, if that's your designated choice, it's just like, is there a car in that lane? Somewhere there's a car in that lane.
Yeah, and get out of my way, sir.
That's the whole mentality. Get out is defensive. Get out of my way. Like, I'm getting through this. I don't give a fuck how I drive is. I'm getting away from this. You can go, sure, whatever. I'm not in a rush. They drive. I'm in a fucking rush. You get out of my way. Which would let, like...
I have somewhere to go.
I just generally drive with so many car lengths in between me and another person.
Yeah, see, there's none. There's very little
like,
of that.
Just because we're driving, 70 miles per hour? Just because I have 7 car lengths in front of me doesn't mean you actually have to... Like, that's the normal amount of space that we're supposed to have. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to... It's just like, well, I can get into this space.
Listen, like 60% of them drivers were following basic rules, but it was still a big majority, a bigger percentage of more drivers like Tony that I wasn't used to. You might get 1 or 2 of these drivers up here. Usually generate everybody doing around the same. Yeah, somebody doing it faster. It's more like that aggressive. Like,
it comes from a certain mentality, and y'all don't have that mentality.
What? I'm not that bothered about stuff.
It's not about being bothered about anything. I'm not bothered. Me doing the fucked up shit is because I'm an ass and I'm a dick and I can't. Me speeding and being in a hurry for things isn't that I'm bothered. There's things to be done. There's shit to get done.
Yep.
And y'all don't move like that. Y'all move like y'all have time to get things done, and y'all don't.
There's shit to be done.
But
I allocate the amount of time that I need to get those things.
Y'all don't. And y'all move slow. And that's y'all issue. Y'all be like, well, I've adequately allotted for this time so I can move in this lethargic fashion. No, that's incorrect. It's why Ohio is behind. Because it moved to a lethargic beat. That's not how shit gets done. While you moving in like, hey, I had this thing scheduled and planned out. The deal was talked about, done, completed, and you haven't even presented for the deal that we both was going for. Because your allotment is different. The way that y'all view time is so it's just
if my goal is to offer someone else, if my goal is to offer someone else if I'm moving to someone else's beat, yeah, I'm going to move by whoever is trying to give me this money's beat. That's the way the world works.
No, what if it's your beat and going out to try and get money?
If I'm going out and trying to get money, that means I move on that person's beat.
No, you don't. You don't know anybody. There's no one that you know to get. You're just trying to say, hey, this is what I got, and I need to take my skills and figure out how to get $1 with it. That's what y'all move lethargic with. It's if y'all get comfortable, y'all will be real comfortable inside of a job where you know it's a given check. Y'all move amazing for that. Oh yeah, I got this new job. Y'all be real happy inside of a facility.
If I'm moving for some, I'd honestly I'd move slower for the. I would plan everything out for the unsure. I would move quickly for the things that are unsure and move slowly for the things that I know that are there. Why am I chasing down money that I already know is going to be there? Whereas if everything is uncertain and I have to go out and I have to make this much money, then yeah, I'll be in a rush.
I don't know. I just don't ever see that as a mentality from Ohio. Not speaking about y'all in general, but just like Ohio ad nauseum doesn't seem like it's.
I mean, Ohio ad nauseum has so many large employers to the point where most people just work the normal job. You work for Sherman-Williams. You work for Goodyear. You work for Cleveland Clinic. You work for University Hospitals. It's like we just have a bunch of large. You work for Progressive. You work for Allstate. Like that's just kind of how Ohio works.
Yeah, it's nothing that I'm just like shaming, but it's not who I am and it's not what I'm going for.
Just
so that's why I noticed why I was so unhappy with it for all these years. It's just not who I am. And I get, like I said, like Dave Chappelle lived in Yellow Spring. So he got buku money, but he decided this lifestyle because that's just what his personality demands for. I'm not saying that I'm these aggressive type people who, I'm not an asshole. I don't ever want to be. But I also understand that what I am and what I want to do is not presented here in its fullness.
That I guess that's what I more so feel. What I am and what I want to do, I don't see that reflected anywhere really here.
oh,
Yeah, and if I have to adapt to that lifestyle where he was saying like you have to be a little bit more aggressive with your time and going after the things you want, I can adapt to that for sure. But out here, you just don't really have to. You don't really have to. It's not.
Because you said, there are the big corporations.
Yeah, you don't have to. This is what you choose.
It's honestly, it's pretty. If you're willing to settle or just work outside of the sphere that you're not really normally willing to work in, it's pretty easy to get a damn job out here.
Yeah, it's not hard to get a job out here. It's not hard to find a living wage. That's never going to be the issue. It's just that we know in our line of work that it is high risk, but a high return. And usually high risk shit you're not really getting paid for too much of that, or at least not well how you would think it was in the beginning.
Like,
and it's not really supported out here as
the
well.
The risk isn't really worth it out here because even if you hit a whole 21, the likelihood you're maybe getting paid double what somebody is who's probably just went and got the normal $50,000 a year, $55,000 a year job.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I'm making $100,000, but then you look at the person who's making $50,000 to $60,000, and it's just like, what do you do? Oh, I'll just go to work 9 to 5, come home, everything's cool.
But our lives are different now, and I think that's what y'all don't equate for. Your lifestyle is based off of the desires and needs of somebody else.
Yes.
That is the exchange for that security.
Yeah. Security
that
cost.
No one ever talks about. No, because what you mentioned was, I just go home. No. What you also do is give up your freedom to obtain that level of security where I come in and I come back out for 40 hours and get a check.
To them, that's freedom, That's freedom.
That's all I have to do.
Yeah,
I have to do my job. I'm willing to exchange this time for this money. And then after this time, it's my time and I go home. I do what I want to.
Right.
I get so much time that I get to say, no, I'm not going to be here. And that's how I interact with this entity.
And that's not that. And that's not.
I mean,
really...
it kind of depends on the job because some places got forced overtime and then your time is your time unless they say it's not.
Yeah. They still choose to do that shit though. So
I'm not saying that they're forced into it. I'm just saying that
there's probably
Mm-hmm.
you can't say that you have freedom when you really don't. Like freedom, like there's a definition of it, and what you are isn't free.
Well, what's that?
You're happy.
That cave thing? That allegory with the cave where they face towards the wall and it's like these demons or whatever making the fucking they making the shadows on the wall and then they let the free one go. But they don't know that they're in captivity. They just think that everything is those shadows.
Yeah.
But that's their freedom. How could you convince somebody of that? Like you can't.
I don't think. I mean, I feel like in that allegory, they don't know. I feel like these people know.
They made an active choice.
Yeah, these people are opting into it.
Yeah.
Whereas those people were put in a situation they never knew. Mm-hmm. You walked into the cave and just stood with your back to the outside.
No, they've been there since the beginning. That's what it is. They've been born in this cage, and all they know is the shadows. I forget. It's like Plato's allegory.
I feel like
I understand what you're saying. No, they're not. The people like in that situation aren't accountable.
Yeah.
But I don't think these people qualify for that because I don't think
Because they
Most
people
say
are aware.
ignorant.
They've
Okay.
of
opted
it.
into this.
I think that they know and they're aware of what's going on.
And in opting in, do believe
But
there's a
even
amount of
then,
freedom in
this
that
is-
because at the end of the day, you had a choice and this is what you wanted to do.
this is the
No. I'm not saying that you were never free. I'm saying that you freely chose to be a slave.
You opted
Or
into this
into
situation.
a controlled situation. Yeah, you chose it, and you
Yeah.
can opt out. You do have freedom. It's just not in this situation.
Yeah,
You're not absolved of a free act because you opted into this. I'm not saying that
you're
now
not
you
free
were
from
forced to
9
do
to
this
5.
forever.
You have to do
You
what?
could decide, hey, I no longer want to do this anymore. Shit, Ash used to work for a living and then decided, you know what? That's not what I want to do. That doesn't align with who I am. So you can decide, hey, I want a more free lifestyle that affords me a different level of circumstances. Sure, she has responsibilities and obligations, but she doesn't have to ask anybody else besides herself about vacation time or times that work starts and ends, and if she can go home because her daughter's sick, or if there's an emergency, hey, how can I get somebody to cover? None of that is any of your concern anymore. It's what you and your life calls for, the things that you can prioritize.
Yeah.
But in that realm, I guess this is something that I've been pondering a lot. Even if you know of something, does your experience, there's a difference between like knowing of something, like with I think I heard somebody say like, I know how to be in a relationship and be a good one, but I'm just not choosing not to. What is the difference between that and then just regular people? Like,
I mean,
because that's like, you know of something, like knowing, like when I go back to talking about like the Great Depression, like we know of what happened in the Great Depression, but we weren't there.
I think
the
the
Great
difference is
Depression.
ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
We're ignorant to what it's like to have to eat cat food.
Yeah.
To be in a generation of people that had to eat your animals' food because that was the most affordable food, to the point that they passed a law that all pet food has to be of human consumption standard just in case something like that happens. Because before it wasn't, and we were just eating whatever, but people needed food. Yeah.
It's always, I don't know, just the sheer amount of things that people were doing in the Great Depression is like
Boiling leather shoes.
It's just
because leather is a meat product or an animal product, and you can chew that and get some type of sustenance and fill your belly. It's not going to be the greatest, but no. So we don't know what any of that is like. We can talk about it.
we have
So
a concept of it.
I guess I think that the difference is if you opt into something, it doesn't absolve you. The difference is ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who aren't ignorant aren't absolved of that, of the ramifications of that situation. Just because you were knowledgeable in choosing to be inside this system doesn't mean that you're also just as free as me. No, you were free to make that decision. You opted into a system that now has control and constraints over you. You can opt out at any time you want, and then you can regain all the freedom that I have. But as long as you're inside of there, you're just as controlled as the person that's ignorant of the situation and doesn't know that they opted into it. They just know that this is all that life has ever looked like for them and for anybody that they have ever known.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, you know how Detroit used to pretty much work in a way.
Maybe choice is the difference. Maybe not ignorance, but choice. Like you're choosing it. And maybe that gives some people a level of comfort that they chose that life. Because I mean, I don't think that it's a bad life. You get some vacation. If you build a friend group that's inside of that work, then y'all probably can, or that have similar like jobs, y'all can schedule vacations around the same time and things like that. Do family shit.
Like an illusion of control.
Yeah.
Like this is like I have control over my life because I've done these set things.
Yes.
Maybe that's where they feel like they got that control.
Oh, I mean, I don't have this fundamental belief that they're out of control of their lives.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think they're out of control of their life.
I just think it's just like, this is what I chose to do. This was my active choice, is to function inside of these parameters. because the parameters are generally pretty clear.
That choice is to give up control, and I guess that's what people don't acknowledge.
I mean, I don't think I'm necessarily.
I had a question.
What?
If you have to ask me for something, and I can tell you yes or no, do you have control over it?
Yes, because I can always choose to opt out of this given situation. If you say no and I don't take that
So
as an
if
acceptable
most
thing.
people are going to just quit their job,
Most people won't just quit their job.
Okay, so let's
but
use.
I always can.
But let's go on the logical where we're going to.
But that's the thing.
They could, but most people are not quitting their jobs because their boss told them no, you can't take vacation.
Yeah, there are plenty of people saying, "Hey, boss, I want to work from home." No, you can't work from home anymore. Well, I quit.
Oh, now in this very current unique situation, yes, that we've never been, that's very unprecedented, then yes, Charles, you can point to something. But if we're talking about what has been the norm for society up until this point, then no,
I think
people
this is
weren't.
the new norm. This is happening on a regular basis.
We think it's the new norm until you realize that what the military had to realize under Obama. The military went under something called force reduction.
Yep.
Basically, do your job and new future missions with less personnel. Companies are going through a similar problem right now. Force reduction. But they're still having to service the people. Eventually, they're going to figure out processes that make this possible without hiring all the niggas back. And then there won't be this influx of hiring anymore. And niggas without will then just be without. And niggas that were, I can just quit this job and find me another work from home job will not be able to because the landscape will have shifted. You can look and their jobs are already looking at these processes and saying, we're being successful with less staff. Sure, people are quitting, but we're still hitting our marks and we're still doing what needs to be done.
And they pricing themselves out with the $15 an hour thing. They pricing themselves out the system.
So people are, like I said, it's a unique time. So yeah, if you can figure it out, you better figure it out right now while things are still quasi playing around. That's why I had 3-4 job offers lined up, because right now it's a real unique time where I'm just like, I can grab. But I also recognize that shit is going to shore up eventually. They're going to turn things around and start using less people to do the same thing because they recognize that they could. They recognize that the people that they have there are willing to do this and go these lengths to make that happen.
That's a catch-22. Because the problem is the more you depend upon the workforce that you already have, and the more important they become, the less you can actually afford them to leave and the less you can afford to actually treat them badly. Because it's like, all right, this person needs to be able to do all these things. What's the likelihood of you being able to find somebody who can do all these things if they just decide to leave?
It's not even all these things.
It depends upon.
They feel like they can do it because now we have what we developed with you, the person that could do all these things, was a process for it to get done. So now we don't have to find someone that knows how to figure out the process. We just have to teach the process to the person. That's much easier.
Well, it depends upon what the process is. And maybe because I'm looking at it from more of a skill position, not necessarily the plug and play positions.
But that's where all these people are leaving. Like Progressive has a lot of work from home, claims jobs, shit like that. All the jobs that you're talking about are the not skilled positions. They're the plug and plays.
Well, it's just
all of Ohio, plug and play. So yeah, you niggas can quit. But once they figure out how to run these operations without y'all, then what are y'all going to do then? And most of America isn't skilled labor, Charles.
Oh. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe they evolve, maybe they don't. Because...
No, they ain't got no choice.
No.
Evolve or die.
Oh, no. I mean, a lot of businesses are just going to go out of business. Probably too.
Some businesses are going to go out.
Because they can't do it without the amount of staff. Because not every single business plan is necessarily good for, like, shrinkage.
Oh, no. I completely agree. I think that there are going to be businesses that fall to the wayside. But what I'm saying is, as a society, the working complex, industrial complex that it is is going to shore itself back up and figure out how to continue to move forward and be capitalistic with the workforce that it has. And once it figures out a good process for that, it's going to be like, well, fuck you niggas that didn't want to work for us and they're asking for these things. Now make us give it to you. Because we're making the money still.
You can't make the money without the people. You can't make money without a workforce unless you can do it all yourself. So you can still only afford to push off the workforce by so much.
Yeah, I don't see it completely happening, but I will say, like, the way things are leaning towards.
Like, Kellogg's lost.
What do you mean Kellogg's lost?
Oh, they pretty much seceded to everything that the employees wanted. There was a massive strike. They started losing money because they weren't able to train up quality assurance people anywhere near fast enough. And so they ceded to what the pay raises and stuff that the union wanted. So Kellogg's gets his people back. The union gets what they want.
Well, they had a fucking union.
Yeah, Charles, I'm like, what is he talking about?
Oh, I mean, unions are becoming more and more popular. Like,
I don't know where.
Oh no, people are just starting to start.
They starting to bring back unions again.
Yes, like Starbucks has a union now.
A slow process. It's good for them. Keep up
these
the good
things.
work.
I mean, people aren't necessarily happy about it. Mm-hmm. Like the ones that I keep track of are the ones inside the video game industry, and like almost every single year, there is a conversation at GDC about there being a union, and now there's probably going to be one at Blizzard, at the very least. So, like, as these things start popping up and worker protections start popping up again, because we're inside of an age.
I'll say this. The conversations that I hear the people inside of working spaces isn't that conversation that you're having. It's not the conversation of, oh, these companies need to do better. It's the people that are working and coming to work being very negative towards anyone that's quitting, not coming to work, not trying to work. They're calling them lazy. It's becoming a...
Oh, we need to stop drinking the Kool.
No, but that's what they're doing. It's media is making a trick bag. So sure, Charles, what you're saying is correct, but media is pushing the narrative that there's all these jobs out there, the workforce is working, and then we have all the people just quitting and being unwilling to work. Speaking about them in a negative connotation, like they should be willing to go take these jobs. So the people in there taking these jobs are also looking at them like, fuck you. So creating a divide amongst the people. So now you have not only to fight the corporation that's saying fuck you, it's, well, the people that you need to be on your side potentially are also like, nah, fuck you, because you should just come in here and work. Like, we've been working and doing this. Y'all need to stop being lazy. Like, I literally hear...
Well, first, like, I don't understand why people cape for their job.
Bruh, I literally hear this conversation on like a daily basis when I go in.
I don't understand why. It's just like, you have loyalty to these people? Yeah, what do you mean? I don't have loyalty besides outside of 9 to 5.
Charles, when I talk to my grandma about the way that I be doing companies, the look on her face and how appalled she be at like the way that I treat her, I'd be like, Grandma, but I was like, Grandma, do companies care and just fire? I was like, you work for a company that got rid of the whole department after you left and just switched it out. She's like, well, yeah. She's like, but I told them that it was coming and they were stupid because they should have. See, and look at you going right back to blame the people and not the company. But that's people today. Her is people now.
It's just like, excuse me, they have no loyalty to you. What do you? It's just like Dollar Bank would never betray me. Huntington Bank would never betray me. Like they wouldn't just close my branch out of nowhere. Next thing you know,
you're closing your branch out of nowhere.
Like, what you doing? Why is the door open? They didn't tell you, Tiff? Oh, this shit closed now.
Yeah, and I used to think that would change if I started working for a Black-owned company. It don't. It's not your company. And I'm
They're
not saying that they
for-profit,
never
not
felt.
for you.
Yeah, I never said, and it was a great company to work for. But I also understood, like, damn, I'm still unhappy. And it's nothing that they did.
It's
nothing.
all about the bottom line, baby.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
It's not.
wrong.
It's just working for a company is you work for my best interest.
Yeah.
That's what you're here. I give you a check, whatever the set schedule is, and your job is to work in my best interest.
Mhm.
Yep. And make moves for me during that given time. Now, but
But that's like the weirdest shit because
But not even during that given time, because you say that, Charles.
people, yes, it's
Like you get off immediately at your set time. Like there isn't them massaging your time and saying, "Oh, we need you to stay late," and "Oh, we need to do this." And there's not that level of like managerial pressure or them calling whatever shit. Even with you and you being free, you talk about how your boss was trying to abscond on some of your days and things like that. But the only difference is you aren't an employee, you're a freelancer. So you have the leeway really to say no and not feel like I'm gonna get fired.
yeah, because I'm not. It's a job by job thing.
Yeah, but that's not where other people exist, where if I tell my manager no every single time, how does that affect my raises in the future or my work environment, since I got to come in here every day? Like,
depending upon who you're dealing with, it's just like, well, you weren't willing to put in the extra mile. Why would I take an extra?
And not even who you're dealing with. That's how most companies just are. That's how they train their managers to be.
Oh, but also one of those
The
things
managers
is
are trained to spew and talk about the Kool-Aid in a certain way. Like when I was at the Zon, these niggas was like, yeah, I'm calling it the Zon now. When I was over there, these niggas would always be like the most happy about like, oh, we're doing this for the employees and things like that. It'd be the most like ridiculous trick bag shit. And I'd be like, so we all know it's a trick bag, but we talk about it like it's like the most amazing thing that we're like giving them, and they should just be oh so grateful.
every job ever do that shit, and you just be like, "Yo, get the fuck out of my face," because everyone can feel like the heartlessness in it.
We gave you guys a new Xerox machine. What the fuck you mean? You gave us a Xerox machine.
You can feel the heartlessness in someone trying to be excited about shit that don't really matter. You know what really matters is, like you said, my daughter gets sick. Can I come to y'all and be like, damn, I need to take this day off? Oh, you need a week? Like, that's the shit that really matters. And no one's there. Those companies don't really provide that to you to where it's like unlimited vacation time or whatever the fuck else we all looking for.
Maternity leave or
Yeah,
paternity
like,
leave,
for
where the father can
fathers.
also be off and take care of the kid. Because
That's something bizarrely that Amazon if you're inside the salary pay structure, that's actually pretty good for them.
Yeah, but-
not as good as it could be.
And you can feel
I mean,
that
nothing's as good as it could be here.
You can feel that from people. You can feel that fucking heartlessness here.
Oh,
Like, they fucking jump into like, get the fuck out of my face.
As
Don't make
monstrous
this
as the tech
any
industry is,
weirder
I will
than
say
it
that's
has to
one
be.
thing that they fundamentally understand that other people don't. It's just like at Google, do you realize that you don't actually have set hours that you need to be anywhere? Like, period. The
Yeah.
campus is just always open. So you can like, what are you doing? Oh, well, somebody needs to be home with the kids during the day.
Mm.
So I'm there from there to there, and then I just go into the office at 4. I stay there till about midnight, and then I come home. And that's what we do. And you can do that, and then when the schedule changes, you can just switch to going to days. Because that's what you feel like doing.
Yeah, no, most companies don't offer that flexibility. But I don't even care if they even offer that flexibility. Don't try to hype it up like, you should be grateful or look what we're doing for you. Like,
Just
you
don't
can go
lie to me.
shove it in your fucking ass.
Don't
right
lie
there.
to me
Don't
and
be-
just be like,
What's
this is
going
so
on
great.
here?
Like, yo, this is, but like workers, it is weird for your grandmother to be like that because workers inside of her day was probably the most belligerent out of everybody.
No,
It's just like, what we about to do?
she was a manager.
Oh, she was a part of the Kool-Aid.
She's white.
No, she not.
I mean, looking at you, looking at your mama.
You seen her?
One, a two.
She about the color of your shirt.
Like, I don't know what color your aunt is. So
About the color of ash.
So it's just like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
She just don't be going out in the sun.
Bruh, she's the color of your shirt.
She just don't be going out in the sun.
I'm about to start this argument.
So you can just go lie for no reason. I don't understand why y'all.
Why
you're
y'all
the one who's
keep-
lying.
Exactly. Why you keep? You know what I
Why
mean?
you always
She
lying?
can drink out the white people water fountain,
Why you
and that's all I
always
know.
lie?
Hey,
you
and that's
always
probably had a lot to
lying?
do with like her like work experience. Like, she would tell people
Get the
like she got the job. My grandmother got offered the job to be the manager, and then they told her to bring in some of her friends and everything, and then she brought in niggas. That's how they knew she was black, because then she brought niggas in.
I told
But
you.
the way she got the job is because she looked white.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. That is not no. That's not white lady energy up there. I've been around. Listen, I've been around the block for old white ladies.
I didn't say that
don't
she
know
had
who
white
the
lady
fuck-
energy, but
I don't know who the fuck
if
that
she just
is.
be quiet, she look white.
No, she
that's
don't. She
all-
don't got like white people features. I'm not joking when I say like she got a
Like
nigga
my
ass
name
face.
and my voice.
Yo, that dick
when I'm
did
on
her
the phone,
good. Ugh, sorry.
if I did-
I'm sorry. You don't want to hear about that.
What is
No.
what color is her skin?
I just damn sure lighter mine. It's like the back of my hand.
That's white.
But that don't mean anything.
It do.
Yo,
I
To
mean-
people that aren't looking for features, they're just
I
looking
get
at skin
this.
color.
Listen,
It was
I
like,
get
you look
that.
real
She got a
ethnic.
whole little benefit going on.
All
I'm
she
not
cares-
doubting that.
all she
Your
care about
nose
is
is a big
skin.
But
old
looking at her,
bulbous.
looking at her and then hearing her talk, I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? No,
And you aging real good over there.
real. She still got a full head of hair. It's her mom still got a full head of hair. It's fucking crazy.
It's just like, isn't your hair supposed to be thinning by now? Hair thins?
Yo,
All
we was
I
watching
know-
Matrix 4 and we saw Trinity. They age real different. That's all I'm gonna say. They age differently.
I'm just gonna say she looks white. Let's say she's white passing. How about that? Does that make y'all feel better?
Oh,
She's white passing.
That's not a hill that I'm gonna die.
She be
I understand why
she
you
be
lying.
so mad that I call her white. She be the most upset. Like I just walk into you're white. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
I haven't
You look
actually
at
seen any
yourself.
of your uncles, so I don't know what they look like.
My uncle and aunt are y'all color, and my aunt has green eyes. Yeah, so
I'm not buying it, man.
that's fine. I don't care. I know the truth. Like,
I'm not buying
What
it.
kind of weird double recessive did Joe aunt get?
I think it just jumped or something. That's so
No,
fucking
it's-
strange.
This is just like you got a wild double recessive if you got green eyes.
That's crazy.
Like Jesus Christ.
But hey,
yeah, I don't know what to tell y'all about that.
Oh,
Like,
you always lie.
I mean, in my mind, she's just, you know, a Nubian princess.
that's mine.
Oh,
Yep,
she does have green eyes.
I know.
You sure those are contacts, Tony?
He said, I know.
No, we hate contacts, color contacts in our
I know.
family. Like, we'll make fun of you.
Okay.
Don't put those in your face.
Why are y'all mocking people?
Why you got color contacts, huh?
Anyway.
All right then.
How was everybody's holiday?
It was lit. I got a guitar and my brother made me cry.
What?
Yeah. He started it out with like a little gag gift.
That's my uncle.
He started out with a little gag gift. He was like, all right, here.
Yeah,
And
these
then
niggas
gave
is
me
all
a
y'all.
box like with a pick in it. And then he had this little guitar from a dollar store wrapped up. This nigga go in his room, pull out a whole ass guitar case and found an acoustic guitar for me. And he got this on video. Just me just, it meant a lot.
Oh, you little crybaby.
I'm a big crybaby.
You pay attention to the things that I like, and
I
I
don't
just
wanna
don't be
talk to you
talking
about-
out my ass.
Nope. I'm not talking to y'all about the
Aw.
emotions that came out that day. That was a good.
What did you get him?
He
Anything to equal that?
A stripper.
no, he was like, I don't need anything, but he asked me for something. But at the airport, I bought him because he like coffee mugs. I bought him this little coffee mug. They say Ohio on it, and it got it's red. He appreciated it, I think, but not compared to that shit.
I was gonna say, you don't think about him.
I did. I got him something. I just didn't know he was going to do that.
It's just different when you're a
He came from the
transcendent gift
heart.
giver.
Yeah, he is.
No,
He
as a person who pays attention to people and gifts and shit, when you give somebody a well thought out gift, and then the other person just be like, "Here's some stuff," You look
That
like
wasn't a here's some stuff gift for
Yes,
me.
it was.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't
It was
that. I'm
an
talking
airport
about.
I buy him stuff
I'm not
all the time.
necessarily talking about you.
Coffee bug.
No, it's from
I'm
Starbucks.
not just
and they
talking
say like
about
Ohio.
you.
It's like specific to Ohio.
Stop internalizing this.
I'm
Shut
talking
up.
to you.
I'm talking about in
a
general.
good gift giver.
Don't sound like it to me.
Shut up.
And it's just like, as long as you didn't have the shame look on your face, it's just like, where's my gift at?
No,
Socks. Bitchin'.
I would like to think I give good gifts, but after this one, that
Like,
one made me sob.
You know how much I would be happy to get socks and underwear as a freaking holiday gift now.
And
They're
that one
so
made me
practical.
so sob. And then my homie got me a whole bunch of stuff, which was really nice. So it was a pretty good Christmas. I hope. I mean, I tried to make it good for myself. Last year wasn't bad or anything like that, but I think just these years have taught me, like, you gotta start celebrating yourself, Ash. Not waiting for people to celebrate me anymore.
What I ended up doing was watching a shit ton of random fantasy things. I watched Wheel of Time and I watched The Witcher. I watched The Witcher twice.
You watched it twice?
Yeah,
I don't know if I can watch it twice. I'm still not over it.
Because I mean, my hatred of Yennefer is still pure and hot.
I can't hate Yennefer. Yo, that bitch wild as fuck. I'm gonna give you that.
Like, I'm sorry. It's just like, what'd you do? You stole my daughter. It's not really your daughter.
He was like, it's not really yours though.
It was just like, anybody else out here volunteer to take care of her?
Yeah,
I
she
mean, the
threw that
bottom of
bitch.
the bottom of this sacrificial well was.
Stop. She stopped herself though. She stopped herself. And no one's acknowledging that. She said, no, this is a baddie. I gotta be a goodie.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. It was you realizing that you were literally about to trigger the fucking apocalypse.
And she already knew, but she said
It's
something.
just like, what's going on?
Something.
No,
it don't
you
matter.
having a conversation with you is just like,
She's
you
still.
can just like teleport people. Man, you are really fucking powerful.
She was very self-sacrificial, and I appreciate that. Despite all her fuckery,
was just
still
like-
fuck with Yennefer. I
It was
still
just like, it's like, all right, Gerald, I understand now.
sometimes you gotta get bonked on the head. Listen, I've
It's
been
just
there.
And then you turn around and you look at her like, all right, child, I understand now. So
This
you
is
were
a
lying to
no-no.
me before?
This is a big no-no.
Don't make me have to go
Bitch.
oops upside your head.
I still love this show, and I'm really excited to see
Oh,
where it's gonna go. But they better not be
Henry
replacing my homie.
Cavill. They're not gonna replace him. He's too perfect of a Witcher.
I hope not.
Like, I don't know. He likes nerdy stuff way too much to not do this. It's just the fact that, because this helped recover Henry Cavill's fucking career, because that Superman really jacked that shit up.
Really?
Yeah. If
I
you
never
did, like,
seen
this
any
was
of
the
them.
first thing that he's really done outside of since he's really done Superman.
That's what he gets. Being fucking Superman.
I don't hate Superman as much as I used to hate Superman, but
What is all this hatred for Superman?
because
He's
most
like the
people
worst
think he's
character.
boring.
I think he's one of the most selfless.
Yes.
The fuck with fucking Superman?
There's nothing about him.
But like,
There's no character depth.
there's a bit more than people give him credit for. Loss. It's just the fact that a lot of the things that you do with Superman are so tropish to this point that you don't necessarily know that Superman established a lot of those tropes.
Right. I think that's the problem. It's just that because he done it first, and then everybody
Like-
else started doing it so much, it's like,
Like,
what else is
people
here?
ape off of the fish out of his level of fish out of waterness all the time.
Yeah. I could see
Because
that. I
it's
never
just
thought
like,
about it like that.
I am the only one of this type, but I'm from the outside, and then I was raised as a member of this society.
Well, no, see, that's not my issue. My issue is just that realistically, there's no struggle for Superman outside of himself.
Yes and no, because Superman, that not everything that Superman deals with, he can punch until it's no longer a problem. Like
yeah,
he
like
can't
you don't see. I think that's the whole thing that draw you to is like this man could lose control at any moment.
There's certain stories
Can
where
do
he's
it then,
bad,
bitch.
where he has to be dead.
That's the point.
Stop playing with me.
What?
No, that don't.
Get
that
out
don't,
of
that
here.
don't.
That don't excite you?
No, the
I'm not
Joker
even saying
excites
that's
me
the
because
mo-
he's lost it already.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that's the most exciting thing to think about, but it is. I would have to say, kind of, it has to present some sort of challenge.
he showed that when he fought Doomsday, after Doomsday killed him, he was like, "Oh, now let me show you what it's really like for me to punch and be shattering all the buildings around me and like not holding myself back." All right, cool. Whoop-de-doo. Superman did Superman things and won
That's
again.
the reason why
Superman does Superman things 90% of the time and wins.
That's the reason why the best Superman stories are typically with him dealing with concepts or things that he just can't punch out right.
Yeah, like the Batman versus Superman thing.
It's just like
Very compelling to you niggas.
you can't.
There's some good stuff where it's all about like morality, where it's like you got to be like in your head because better than that, it's like this nigga boring.
It's just like understanding because quintessentially you are a deity on this earth.
Boring and stupid.
What level should you actually intervene in a lot of these things? Because like with Superman, there should be no war.
He boring and stupid.
But why doesn't he stop all war?
Because he lazy.
But then, like, don't they go with the bigger question? Like, if you believe in God not stopping everything, why didn't God stop everything? Those are some pretty profound questions. I'm not saying this is the most exciting.
No, I think that he doesn't stop everything. And he's already said, because he's supposed to allow humanity to go. He's just shepherding and protecting it. But he's allowing it to be itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing that God. This nigga is Jesus. That's who.
That's it.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what he's modeled after.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes, and that's
why
my
he's
issue.
so fucking selfless.
Yes, this nigga is Jesus, and y'all put Jesus in a comic book. That's fine, but let's call it spade a spade. Y'all reading Jesus comics.
Yep, that's Jesus for real.
So that's
Nigga
my
don't
thing.
know what
Because
to do, right?
So what if Jesus decided that he wanted to say
With a
fuck all of
fucking
us
escort.
and just go crazy? Yeah, wouldn't that be a crazy ass story if Jesus just was
I
like
don't
just
even actually really
cut loose and
Like,
just was like fuck all
Superman
you niggas?
doesn't cut loose.
Neither
That's the
does
thing.
Jesus.
Jesus do when he in
Jesus
hell.
definitely do.
Yeah, Jesus be whooping ass.
I mean,
So does Superman.
all right, I'm dead serious. Resurrecting yourself is pretty cut loose. It's just
Bitch,
like
watch this.
I transcended the
Bitch,
bounds
watch
of life
this.
and death.
Superman came back to life and then killed
Oh
Doomsday.
no, Superman never died.
Neither did Jesus.
Yeah, it did. No, that nigga was dead.
No.
Dead as a doornail.
He was dead.
Just like
Later with his
they
tongue out of his
stabbed him
mouth.
after they stabbed him and stuff. They made sure. It's just like, and the next thing you know, where'd
Clearly
you come
not.
from, Jesus?
Same.
I walked.
Same concept.
I didn't even bother.
Superman and Jesus have the same stories.
I didn't even bother taking the shroud off of my face. Like, what you do? I went through it.
All I know, Superman and
Fuck
Jesus
physics.
got the same story and character arc.
Jesus landed on here from a spaceship.
Pretty much.
Was found by a
All right,
couple of
so-
farmers. It's just like
If you use the fact that
virgin birth is technically her landing it.
him landing on the space is a virgin birth because he didn't come from her. There was no conception. He was raised by both of them, lives a very normal life with mother and father, goes out into the world and does regular work before assuming their like real personality of AKA Superman being his full self and Jesus starting to preach and everything like that.
I had a pen call first. Superman.
Basically being the most altruistic and seeing the good in all of humanity and wanting to be its steward and shepherd, but not its dictator or controller. Wanting everyone to choose to do the right thing, but knowing that sometimes you can't spare that rod and have to make those hard decisions. So yeah, no, this nigga Jesus. And I don't want to read about Jesus, and that doesn't interest me, and he's just not a good character. So no, but it has nothing to do with any of the tropes that he has. This nigga's just Jesus.
Try Jesus. Don't try me.
Superman is Jesus, and I'm not into that. Yeah, no.
Oh. I mean, that's the reason. I mean, that's because DC ad nauseum likes to deal with concepts a lot more than they like to deal with actual characters. Because really, Batman is a concept, Flash is a concept, Wonder Woman is a concept. More like they like to deal with very archetypal entities.
Yeah,
whereas
Jesus is a
Marvel is very much a person by person basis.
Yeah, they change, they're varied, they have different struggles. Like, even Captain America's boring ass. Like, that nigga is boring as fuck.
Boring as fuck.
But at least that nigga, like, be an alcoholic.
Well, Captain America's never been an alcoholic. He can't be an alcoholic because his body processes alcohol too quickly. It's just like, Tony Stark was an alcoholic, so was Doctor Strange at one point.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, their characters be, like, fucked up and be doing, like...
They have character things.
They have
the redemption
story.
Anger.
They have, like, they're real people. This nigga is Jesus.
He didn't never got a flaw. He just perfect. You just perfect nigga all the time.
And then they do what ifs. So, like, what if Jesus said, fuck all of humanity? Then you get Superman being the dictator. All right, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, that was what if God and Jesus gave up on all of humanity?
Ultra's left. Like Ultraman.
No, he said, nah, I told y'all what to do and now y'all gonna do it. I'm not asking anymore. What to do and now do it. And before it was a suggestion and now it's a command.
But also, like, Lex Luthor is probably one of the evilest people that you could ever meet on the face of the earth. It's just like, well, why are you like this? I took the cure to cancer and split it up into 50 treatments. That's the type of person that I am.
Wow.
It's just like, it's like, this pill cures cancer. Split it up 50 times. Why? Because money. You don't even need any more money, Lex Luthor. But look at Superman. He heard me saying I'm actively making people have cancer longer. Look at him. Hating up there, looking down on me, hating. I see you up there, Clark.
Yeah, no,
Lex Luthor exhausting as fuck. He just like, all right, nigga. Like, I mean,
why you let this dude Superman get so much equity inside of your head?
That nigga, I've never seen.
If you go from the Smallville story, which is terrible in terms of like continuity,
that's his own thing.
It's because fucking Lex Luthor's dad basically loves Superman as a teenage boy and did everything for him. It's and just hated his own son. It was like, oh, you're a little weirdo bald kid.
You're fucking bald. You fucking bald dude. I'm trying to be your friend.
Bro, that is how he treated his son inside the Smallville. He was like, oh, he got shot by lightning. I'm going to just push you away. But Clark, come here. I want to protect you and I know all these secrets and I want to help you.
I want to be friends with your son. That kid had orange hair and now he's bald. He's useless to me.
Yeah, fuck him.
So bald ass.
Yeah, bald ass nigga.
Shut up, Q-Ball.
Yeah, but it was wild. It's like, this is not how Superman would. And then they introduced,
go cut off his eyebrows, Clark.
The biggest issue I had is when they didn't introduce Lois Lane. They introduced Lana. So you have this nigga dating and chasing around the cousin of the woman that he's supposed to be madly in love with in the real thing.
Lana existed prior to that. There's more stuff to Superman than, because there was a period of him being Superboy and he was a superhero.
Is Lana Lois Lane's cousin?
Oh, yes. And he did actually date her for some period of time because he did actually go to high school with Lois, like canonically. And that is the thing that happened. No. Lana's from a large city.
No.
Lois is from a large city. Lana is the person who he actually went to school with. I don't know why the fuck they gave them both L's.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lana is the one that
like,
he went to school with.
Y'all should at least chose some type of pronunciation pattern.
The fact that they made this nigga date cousins.
It's just like, dude.
Just think about the type of niggas that wrote this story and the things that they wrote into the canon.
They're
of
around
history.
the corner.
Superman dated cousins. That's the type of nigga that y'all look up to. But y'all would be mad at a nigga on the street if he was dating you and then wouldn't dated your cousin. Oh, it would be that nigga's all type of dogs and fuck him. But Superman can do it.
Oh, they naturally split after high school and then they met their cousins. It's like, yeah.
But I understand what you're saying. The whole, I'm done. Go ahead. Fuck all my cousins. I don't give a fuck. But I get what you're saying. But no, I don't look up to Superman, but like,
oh God,
I just don't understand
the wildest story I've ever seen. Oh my. Oh no, I had this.
We don't have to keep talking about Superman. This is how we got on Superman. Really.
Oh, because we were talking about bizarre archetypes. My brain ended up inside the worst fucking story. Well, not the worst story. It's still fucking hilarious. Honestly, it's the thing that I look at and make. Have you ever received a story or gotten like information and found something out, and every single time you think about it, it just makes you smile?
Nigga, if you're not gonna tell me what it is right the fuck now,
I should probably tell the entire story off mic. Because it's just like,
well, are we gonna take a break and go to Ash's part?
Oh, I figured this was kind of Ash's part anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can ask my question.
Like, oh, I didn't know if this was Ash's part. Ash didn't tell me she was asking us anything.
I was just like, this sounds like really free flowing, but I don't know, like more questions. I don't even know if we touched on it. More so, like, how do you think living elsewhere has changed you for the better?
Oh, that was your topic, huh? The traveling, where we're talking about looking for things. Oh,
yeah.
When I said I didn't have nothing to talk about, I erased the whole show. I was like, no one got nothing to talk about. And then we just started doing something.
I'm pretty sure we had that conversation.
Whole time, I was just like, oh, this has been great. Look at us.
Like y'all really, I'm like, oh, my topic is pretty much being covered about how it really do expand your horizons and it really do change you. For the better if you allow it to.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at this. But you could always talk about that
lethargy thing, or we could be done. Listen.
Like, I don't have a topic. I was being honest when I said that. That was like my energy.
You weren't lying. It's just like, I just assumed it's just like,
no, my energy is very like.
You hit that low point.
It's not even, it's more internal. I'm very focused on a lot of different things. And then it was just a lot that went on these last couple of days where it was Christmas yesterday. So part of me was like, I'm not doing no work today. But then I finished all the lists that I needed to do. And
that's more so a pleasurable experience for me. Unless the music list for you was like literally a knife edge death fight. 13
and had to delete 2 last night. I was like, no, these 2 got to go right now. And I deleted them because I was like, I'm not going to sleep with 13 when I got to do this show in 2 days and I need 10. You 2 got to get off. So I took off the J. Cole and something else got taken off. And now
J. Cole was not even close to making my top 10. Like, I'm glad that I was hoping that you would have it on there. I mean, when we release top 10 albums for the year, there's going to be some J. Cole fan that finds me. It's like, how didn't you like Off Season more? It wasn't enjoyable. Just because you wrote all the titles in all caps doesn't make them hype.
It wasn't not enjoyable. It's just.
It wasn't as good as some of the other things that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's just like, it wasn't anywhere near as good as probably any of the Alchemist projects. I mean, as production kind of gets better and better, I think like his ability to make his own beats is probably becoming more of a detriment than it is an ally, because I don't think he's that great of a producer individually.
Who?
J. Cole.
Oh, okay.
So it's just
nothing
like
particularly exciting about when he like produce anything that I'm just like,
this is like J. Cole's producing this album.
Nigga, I'm on that shit. Nah. You can expect like decent, like, oh, this matches with you. Okay.
It's just like, well, as opposed to like, I don't know. It's just like, what'd you do? This is an Alchemist project. You mean this is somebody rapping on Alchemist beats. That's all I listen to. People rapping on Alchemist beats.
Because it's like his fucking production, it has this kind of movie style. Like, it feel like a presentation. Like, it feel like you inside a movie or some shit. Like, it just add this level of expansiveness to whatever artist, most of the artists that he put on there, that just take it to this next level, and it just kind of immerse you into it. I don't know how to explain what the fuck that nigga be doing over there.
It's pretty much maximizing the potential of whatever artist that he tended to work with.
Yeah, and then like he has this strange way of just making it feel like a movie, like you in this story with them. I think Madlib kind of do that too, but that level of artistry, or like J. Cole, not J. Cole.
Get
Dilla
Madlib
did
to
that
sit
shit.
down and do something is like fucking pulling teeth. Like, hey, Madlib, you wanna do this project?
Man,
Nah, dog.
No, I'm good. He ain't got no phone, so he can't tell you no directly. You get
It's
in contact
like-
with this nigga.
I don't know
You just
how
gotta
much
wait. You just gotta wait
these
for the
random
hard ass
internet-
no.
this
Yo, how
random-
started would you be? It's like, man, I got this album. I love to work with you. You send that email, and then you gotta wait 3 to 5 business days for this nigga to hit NO. Period. I'd be so sorry. Like,
You know how many people he
Texting me
probably
this.
out here turning down, just like, hey, yo, I heard you had these fire ass beats. They're all fire. 3 to 5 weeks. It's just like, so can I get some of them?
no. Then he
Just
just shake his head. He don't say a word. He got his
You know,
glasses
hold
on
it.
and shit.
You're not worth it. Like, what do you mean? I'm Drake. So
Yeah, no, dog.
I can't even say Madlib does it for the art. I don't know why Madlib does stuff.
We don't. I mean, honestly, don't give a fuck. To be honest with you,
It's like there's certain
whatever his
artists.
motivation is, keep it, boo. Do whatever you got to do. Keep that iPhone. Get the Nokia with the flip phone. I don't give a fuck. Keep doing you. It's working. I ain't got no complaint.
You're freaking. It's just like, I don't know. There's certain people. What else? But yeah, watch The Wheel of Time, and that
I didn't
was.
get started on that yet. I'm just really most excited about The Witcher, and then I still got to see Spider-Man, the new Guillermo del Toro movie, which I don't remember the name of, and then I got to see Ghostbusters. Yeah, my friend made me watch the first one.
So now you got to see the second one since there
I
is
seen
one.
the second one. I'm not about to watch that other one with all females in there. But I will watch this one because he was pretty excited. So that's something for us to share.
Oh,
Other than
I
that-
have seen Spider-Man.
No,
Jesus
my
Christ.
brother was so hyped about it. He was like, "You want to go see it again with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just don't know when. I might go see it for my birthday. Who knows?"
Jesus Christ. Only thing I'll warn you about is like,
Don't worry about nothing. Keep it to yourself.
you never wait. I
Oh,
thought
you sure ain't seen it yet?
No,
Okay.
it's everybody caught COVID. I told y'all.
He was in the house.
Yeah.
Oh. Nope. I don't
Wait,
know.
did the people upstairs?
No, not them.
Okay.
No one in my house, nigga.
Oh. Well, then hit up whatever website you need to hit up and we can have a whole Spider-Man conversation.
No, I'm gonna go see it.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it.
You literally said to me that you were going to.
Yeah, but I can't get a good copy, so I'm gonna go see it.
So Disney out here cracking down on them trying.
Not really. They just haven't uploaded a copy yet. Eternals will be out on the 24th, whatever, 11th, something.
They'll be on Disney Plus.
It'll be on download too. What this nigga talking about?
Why? You actually have Disney Plus?
I do.
Garbage.
You're such an odd person.
I know.
Like, yeah, I'm about to download this shit. You have an easier method of going to do it.
No.
Don't care.
Because it's like saying I got Spotify. You don't. What you have is,
Just rented music.
yes.
Oh my God.
And
My mom
what
with that
I
one.
could do is have this forever. So if they take it off, you know what I do? I own this. That is the difference.
I don't necessarily need to repeatedly listen to everything.
No, it's just weird because like when you go to look for something, it's just not there because they yoinked it from you. You know how
Yeah, I don't like
upsetting
that.
that is?
I don't.
You're upset. That is upsetting. That is upset because my
Mhm.
brother played for the Apple Music. So let's just say any random day he ain't got that whatever the fuck it costs inside his account, and I gotta remind him, hey motherfucker, pay them bills, and I go to click on something and it's not there. That taught me the most valuable lesson.
Oh,
Own
I've never
your
had that
shit.
I'm all about owning my
Own
music.
it. Own that.
If I was DJing more, I would probably more so worry about where my stuff is. But then I have my portable hard drive go bad. So I mean, it's just like whenever I don't feel like popping that open and actually getting all the files off of it, reading the files off of there, and then jumping through all the tubes. Oh, did you ever track down the Sunny Boy OST?
You need to track it down.
You said you were gonna download it.
I know. When I said that, I did that.
Oh. Well, then yes is the fucking answer to the question.
Yeah, no,
but I didn't look for anything. I downloaded.
Did you ever track it down?
No.
Yeah, I tracked it down.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
but
I
no.
have it. This nigga
But
weird.
that's not what happened.
Who cares what
Because-
happened? You got it or no?
That's not what he asked me. Though. He said, "Did I track it down?" Like I went to go find a download for it. I copied the YouTube URL and put it into a converter and hit download. So I didn't track shit down, but I have all of it.
So did you
Okay.
just have a running thing of Sunny Boy?
Yeah, why would I not just play it all? It's like an hour, 2 hours long of just good music. Why not? Of just no one talking. That's great for writing. And what if they yank it down off of YouTube like they yank everything else down?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah.
I'm still looking for some.
They
shit
got
on
rid of
YouTube.
this nigga Totally Not Mark's channel, basically.
Oh, you were looking for books for your
Oh,
child. At one
but are we
point, weren't
done with the show?
you? I don't know.
We can be done.
Okay.
This
This is
is a
you.
good show.
All right, yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I feel like we were going into recommendations for a kid. I was like, I don't know if this is like show material. So we're out of here. Thank you
All
for
right.
listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the heart, hit the notification bell. I'm gonna start saying that in the beginning of the show because you're supposed to say it every time you do a show so people know. Shout out to the algorithm.
Shout out to Texas.
Shout out to Texas. And yeah, we're out.